Welcome, friends. It's Diane Halfman here, SpaLife show. So for those of you who are new to the concept of SpaLife is where accomplishment and harmony coexist. You are in for a real treat today with my special guest, Janet Grace Nelson. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about her and what we have to look forward to. So Janet Grace Nelson is a spiritual life coach. She is a speaker, teacher, author, and sacred retreat leader. She inspires and empowers people worldwide to break free from their fears and frustrations to help you live with passion and purpose, to prosper and doing what you love and feel a great sense of joy and fulfillment for your life's divine plan. Janet Grace, welcome to the show, and thank you for having this SpaLife conversation with us.
Oh, thank you, Diane. It's so exciting to be here with you today.
So fantastic. So, again, as, people are maybe new to having, the concept of what SpaLife actually is, let me repeat that for you, that SpaLife is actually a lifestyle, and it's where accomplishment and harmony coexist together. So, Janet, we've talked before that there's so many people that live their life by default instead of by design. And so we really want to start the conversation around, in what ways do you consciously create your life so that you have the SpaLife that you are here to live?
It's such a great question, Diane. And actually, it's one simple word. It's love. Because I believe that love is the most powerful creative force in the universe. And so when we're creating a life we love, and we're really listening to the voice of our own heart to design the life, to create the life that speaks to us, that brings us that sense of aliveness, everything starts really unfolding and working together for our good, which is really the universe's plan for each one of our lives.
Oh, I love that so much. It's amazing. And so what are some of the things that you personally do, each day when you are really living that life of intention?
Well, one of the things, because I have been living this spa life, I love the term that you use, because I'm like, I go, I live a spa life. I live a spa life, and I'm usually just saying, I love my life. I love my life. But, a spa life, that takes it even deeper and better and more luxurious and all the beautiful things that us goddesses want our lives to be like. And really, I believe that everything, a day, the start of a new day is really a lifetime in miniature. So how we start our day is so essential to how we move through our day. So what I do with all of my clients is the very first thing that I share with them is the 7 daily sacred practices. And it's meditation, and it's deep listening, and it's sacred journaling, and it's really listening to the voice of your own heart and actually having a beautiful relationship with your deepest and highest self first thing. Like, I spend the first 2 to 3 hours of my day, but it didn't start that way. I started out small, 15 minutes, a half an hour, and now I get up early just so I can spend more time with my sacred loving self.
Oh, I love that. It's amazing. I love hearing that because, one of the things is when you ask somebody about, how they're doing and, this buzzword of I'm so busy, that seems to be the thing that pops out of people's mouths instead of, really sitting into what's going on with them. There's that automatic I'm too busy. And, I like to really shift the wording around that because busy just feels so heavy. And in fact, someone recently told me that busy actually almost tells people that you don't have time for them. And so by saying, that whole busy word and that heaviness there is, we can shift that language in terms of saying things like, I'm so blessed, or I'm in demand, or there's just so many things that we can say along those lines. Yeah. But one of the things that is the leveling field for all of us is that we all have 24 hours in the day. And even with it seems like people that are super successful, people sometimes think that they get some extra hours in the day. However, we all have that same 24 hours. So, what is some of the things that you do? What is your SpaLife secret that allows you to have the most impact in your day?
Well, I believe that how we plan our day, even just from the core essentials that light us up, taking care of our body temple. I exercise every day. I live in the beautiful Big Bear Mountains. And so I hike every single day, at least an hour, if not 3. And that's an essential thing that feeds my soul. It puts me in Mother Nature. So, putting things in our calendar, and just like an important appointment with your doctor or your lawyer or whomever else, that you would deem important, these are important appointments with you.
Yes.
So it's putting the things, like I call them boulders. Boulders are not negotiable. They're not movable. They're in there. That is a divine appointment with me. That's what feeds me. And then, I compartmentalize, I'll spend 2 hours, doing the busy work on the computer. I do all my emails at the same time. I sit down and I use that time so efficiently that it doesn't stretch out and take up my entire day, that I'm able to do those things. So I think it's really important to connect with, what are your priorities? What feeds your soul? What is your spa life? Like, how can you create that spa life, throughout your day by calendarizing it? And it's an essential way of really taking the control back, or your own, what I call goddess power, and using that energy in the way that really refuels you all throughout the day.
I love that so much. So many times, people think that that's a luxury, but it really is essential to your self-care, because if we are empty, we don't have anything to give, and it's in the overflow. And I love, particularly this month, we're talking a lot about, like, nature is our focus, which is one of the 9 elements that I talk to people about. And I love how, you're walking out in nature and you're just really, showering yourself with the love of nature. So then it fills you up to be able to give that back out in the world. So I love that about you. I love that you do that. And I want to ask you about, so what is the first step in connecting with your divine purpose?
Oh, goodness. I believe that it is the way in which we listen to the voice of our own heart. The Dalai Lama says, the voice of spirit is speaking to each one of us, but it's our willingness to listen. It's our willingness to hear that voice. So I believe that the heart knows, the mind thinks. So as we listen to the voice of our own heart and really ask the essential questions, what would I love? What would I love? Not what do I think is possible, or what did my mother tell me I should do, but what would I love? That essential I am presence that is innate in each one of us. The heart is the first muscle that signifies you're alive. You've been given this precious gift of life. So listening to the voice of your own heart and asking, what would I love? And then writing down what comes to you. And it's really how we can design or create. We are creators. We were made in the image and the likeness of creation itself. So our initial energy force is creation. So how we create that from love and not from fear. That's one of my biggest programs, is love more and fear less. So as you tap into that, the voice of your own heart, that's the voice of love speaking to you.
Yes, I love that. And I love how you say to write down the things that you love. That just reminded me, that was something that I used to do a lot with my clients, was to write down 25 things that you love to do that cost you nothing. And it really allows you to look down deep to see, what is that? What are those little things that make all the difference in your experience in your life? And so whether that's, walking on the beach, which I did yesterday, just you find the time, because it becomes the priorities of how you want to live your life. And that's the lifestyle aspect of that. I mean, it could be something as, taking a luxurious bath, or just connecting and laughing, and just these little things that we really don't necessarily put words to, or that we write down. And I mean, I've had people that they've been able to write maybe 3 or 4 things, and they actually get stuck to actually think about what is it that they love, and to really take that time out to do that. So I love that reminder to be able to make that happen. So love it.
Yeah, yeah. And also what you're talking about, Diane, which is, I believe is so essential to our whole beingness, is when we feel it and think it and it just really resonates with us, to write it down is really bringing the left and the right hemispheres of the brain together so that there's a wholeness, there's a connection. And the minute you write it down, you bring it into time. And then you get to look at it again using your five senses. How does that feel? How does that resonate with me? And the ones that really resonate with you, it's like, Mary Morrissey is my mentor and coach. And I'm just so blessed to now call her my dear friend. But, she used to say, when you do a brain dump or do that kind of write 25 things down, don't stop at number 4. Don't shortchange yourself. She said, just like a pump, you're at the well and the first water that comes out of the well is kind of brackish and it has sediment in it. But when you keep on pumping, the clarity and the richness and the clear, clean water, those are the ones that you're like, wow, I didn't know that one was in there. So don't shortchange yourself. Keep writing and keep giving yourself those precious gifts because they're in there and they want to come out and they want you to own them. They want you to embrace them and live that spa life.
I love that. I love it so much. I'd love for you to elaborate more on, what are the daily practices that help you live an inspired life and just feel fulfilled? Like, talk a little bit deeper about that. Because fulfillment seems to be a little bit elusive for some people. In fact, I had one of my mentors tell me to start writing down things that make me satisfied. And that's a whole different word in terms of what do you like and how are things going in your life? I mean, what are the things that are truly making you feel satisfied, feeling fulfilled, like that, just that extra thing that you are doing in your life? Like, how can people step into having that deeper, fulfilled, satisfied feeling in their life?
Yeah, that's such a great question, Diane. One of the things that is so essential with all of my clients, is really connecting to that deeper and higher vision. That really is where you'll feel a sense of what I call the 3 F's: freedom, fulfillment, and fun. Because, the values, it's like one of my highest values is fun. So if it ain't fun, I ain't doing it. It's like, this is fun, right? It's like, that's a spa life. It's fun.
Yeah.
So really connecting to your vision, listening to the voice of your own heart and writing it down, scribing the deliciousness of what's coming through. And, we have 5 main areas of our life that I tap into, and it's our health and well-being, our our really wonderful and sacred relationships with ourselves and with others, our creative freedom, our ability to have that financial flow coming through our life, and our spiritual life, those things that are unseen, the invisible that we're bringing into the visible, that we're bringing into time, that we're calling our spa life, that we're calling this life that we love. And so getting really crystallized, really clear on your vision. And it starts with the bigger visions, the ideas that really give us that juice, that gives us that meaningful, fulfilling life. For me, it's serving others. My number one question every single morning is, how can I serve love today? Because if we are the presence of love in form, in this monkey suit, this lifetime, if we are the presence of love, then how can we serve love in the highest way today? And it could be someone, Spirit says, call your mother. Okay. Go take a walk and call Nancy or call someone to share this journey, or work on your next book, or whatever the message is. How can I serve love today? But the most important thing is that all of those answers that come to you and through you for you are a part of your bigger vision. So writing them down, and then before I put my first toe on the ground in the morning, is thinking of and feeling 3 things that I'm grateful for. Like really allowing the thought to come. I'm grateful for my children. I'm grateful for this beautiful sanctuary that I call my home. I'm grateful for this opportunity to connect with you and with your audience today. You know, it's like you were my gratitude. It was like such a beautiful blessing. So those are the blessings. Then allowing your heart to really feel it in the cells of your being. Then put your first toe on the ground and see how your day begins to unfold from that place.
Right.
Because how we start our day is really essential. It's like the rocket fuel, right? It's the
Absolutely.
rocket fuel that starts us.
Well, and just having that alignment, you know, that whole, you know, body, mind, spirit, and what that looks like and what we are grateful for, because that's the energy that we start our day. That's, you know, what we move forth and connect with other people with, is once we ground ourselves. You know, I love that aspect of that. So, you know, Janet Grace, one of the things that I ask, you know, everyone who comes here on the show is, you know, when we look at SpaLife, we look at our lifestyle, and we look at our environments, because our environments either pull us into the direction that we want to go, or it pushes us away. So looking at our personal space and what it is that really inspires us and makes us feel good, and all the good things around that. So what is your favorite room in your home, and why?
My favorite room in my home is my, what I call my bed office, my sanctuary. That is my bedroom. It's my bed womb. It's really the womb of my soul's resting place. And I live up here in the beauty of these magnificent mountains, and I have an enormous picture window that is the very first thing when I lift my head up, and it's the last thing I see before I go to sleep. And it's the first thing that I connect with is the beauty of these mountains and the serenity of the blue skies. And so it feeds my soul. So, and it's surrounded, I'm an artist, so I have paintings and gifts that from all my sacred journeys. I've taken groups to Israel and to Nepal and to Italy and to Greece. And I have all these beautiful, pieces that either have been gifted to me from the women that I've sat in sacred circle with in the cultures all over the world, or they've been pieces that have come through me to create. And, so it's lots of color. I love color. Everything's feeds the chakras, and it really is what feeds my soul. And it allows me to rest in this beautiful, peaceful space so that I can serve, love at a deeper and higher level. It just continues to support me in that way.
That is so beautiful. I mean, not only just hearing the words of what you're doing, but it allows you to feel the experience that you have in each day, and that essence of what are we creating. And, you know, just that sounds like such a beautiful space that you've created. It completely weaves in an alignment that who you are and what you're doing. And, you know, that's one of the things I like to talk to people about is, you know, who you're being in the world. Does your space match that? Is it congruent? Because the energy of where we live and what we are surrounded about each day, that helps feed our mission and our purpose. And
Yay! Mercury is in retrograde for another 2 hours and 12 minutes or something. So,
right. Wow. Oh, so funny. Well, we've been having just a wonderful, you know, discussion talking about, you know, consciously creating, you know, our life and our spa life, and, you know, really how we are living life with intention. And you were sharing about what your favorite room is in your home. And I want to make sure people don't lose that, because I think it's so beautiful in what that is. So, you know, please share again with us, you know, what is your favorite room and why?
My favorite room is my bed womb. It's where I call it the resting place for my soul. And, it's really a sanctuary. And, I shared with you that I live up in the beauty of these beautiful Big Bear Mountains, and I have an enormous picture window that as soon as I lift my head up in the morning, that's the first thing I see is the mountains and the blue sky, and Mother Nature is just such a healing presence for me. So, I call it my tree house, you know, but the bed womb itself, you know, make sure that you have the most comfortable bed and 1,200 count sheets and great yummy pillows and all of that good stuff. And then, you know, the artwork and the surroundings in my room, are things that have been either gifted to me or things that I've created. But I sit in sacred circles with women all over the world. And so I have gifts from Nepal and Africa and Greece and Italy and some beautiful, beautiful pieces that artists have created for me. And they just feed my soul. You know, there's just, and I do a lot of work with the chakras. So everything has brilliant color. And so surround yourself with the things that really bring out the energy of whatever center you really want to awaken. And for me, it's the whole body person. So my bed womb has a multitude of colors and so things that just really, really feed my soul. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That just sounds so beautiful. And I would expect nothing less than, you know, the woman who just exudes love, and love being such a presence of your message and what it is that you're doing. And, you know, that's something that, you know, I've stepped into thousands of homes. And one of the things I always share with people is make sure your space is something that you love, that it resonates with you, that you don't want to just have things to fill the space. They need to have deep meaning for you, that they actually inspire you. They move you forward in all the things that you want to do, because your environment, it either pulls you towards your vision or it actually pulls you away from it. And so we want all the things that enliven our soul and make it happen on a much deeper, you know, level. So I just love you sharing that and letting us be in your sacred womb space and your I'll never, you know, forget that, you know, your bed womb. So that's just so lovely. Yeah. So Janet Grace, is there anything else you'd like to share with our audience?
Oh, well, I would love to offer each and every one of you an opportunity to have a conversation with me about what's stirring inside of your heart, inside of your soul's longing. What freedom and fulfillment and fun are just lurking under the surface that you want to bring forth and call your reality, call your spa life. You know, really bring those ideas and those stirrings and make them become your reality. So there's a link on my homepage of my website, and I see the website is shown underneath this particular recording. So, you know, go in and put your name and your email address and sign up for a 30-minute session. And I really would love to connect with you from my soul to yours to assist you in living a life, a spa life, or a life that you truly love, and come from the energy of love being the most powerful creative force in the universe, and let your life just reflect all of that love that you are.
Oh, yeah. I love that so much. That is so generous of you. And, you know, I highly recommend our listeners to, you know, take Janet Grace up on this and have that conversation with her and just continue the conversation of love that we've had and make that just the being of who you are. So that is perfect alignment with our spa life conversation. And so I thank you so much for being here with us and having that conversation. So I so appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. My love to you, Diane.
Thank you. Back at you, girlfriend. Love you.
Love you too.
So for those of you that are maybe new to stepping into this conversation and you may not know where to start into living your spa life, you know, I invite you to get my guide. And that is where you can, I'm going to put it up here for you as well. And that is at dianehalfman.com/guide, so that you can get my 9 secrets to step into your spa life. And so you can start creating the things that Janet Grace and I have been talking about. So believe us, take us up on both of us having these conversations, get my guide, you know, get onto Janet Grace's website. It's all up on here for you guys to review and see. And as always, live your spa life. Bye for now.